Hello, this is Luna Ray. If you're a Taurus and you've been feeling a quiet nudge and instinct telling you to pull back, to be more selective with where you go and who you give your time to, you're not imagining it. That sense of caution is completely aligned with the energy surrounding you right now. This weekend carries a specific energetic charge, and if you're not careful, the stability and peace you value so deeply could be disrupted in ways that leave you feeling ungrounded and drained. Today's message is a clear and direct one for you, Taurus, a soul who finds strength in stillness, clarity in routine, and safety in well-built boundaries. There are 3 specific places you need to avoid this weekend. Not because you're fragile, but because your energy is entering a pivotal state, and where you choose to place yourself will have a powerful influence on your well-being and future opportunities. When you know where not to go, you naturally direct your energy toward places that support your growth and inner balance. This isn't about fear, it's about wisdom. And protecting your energy right now is not selfish. It's an act of honoring your true worth. The first place you must absolutely avoid this weekend, Taurus, is any environment carrying the energy of grief, sorrow, or mourning. This includes funerals, cemeteries, and homes where someone is navigating a deep emotional loss or ongoing period of heavy sadness. While your grounded nature often allows you to hold space for others and remain steady in the midst of emotion, this weekend brings a very different kind of energetic terrain. Your frequency is rising, you are standing in a rare alignment of inner strength and clarity, and that makes you more sensitive than usual to external emotional weight. When you enter a space filled with unresolved grief or emotional heaviness right now, it's not just compassion you offer, it's your entire energetic system that becomes vulnerable. The emotional weight of those environments doesn't just stay outside of you. It begins to entangle with your own energy field, slowly dimming the internal light you've been carefully building. It's not about turning your back on others. It's about understanding that being physically present in those spaces at this particular moment may come at the cost of your own emotional equilibrium. And once your energy is lowered, your ability to recognize the subtle opportunities meant for you becomes clouded. Taurus, you are not meant to carry what is not yours. You are a natural stabilizer, yes, but this weekend, your job is not to stabilize others, it's to stabilize and preserve the sacred foundation within yourself. If you absolutely must be in these environments due to a personal obligation, go in with conscious preparation. Visualize yourself wrapped in a cocoon of protective light. Speak less, stay briefly, and as soon as you leave, return to a space that restores you. This is not detachment, it is discernment. It is honoring the difference between compassion and overexposure. And this weekend, that difference is everything. The second environment you must be extremely cautious of this weekend, Taurus, is any space where envy, rivalry, or subtle competition is quietly simmering beneath the surface. This includes family gatherings where certain voices tend to diminish you with criticism, masked as concern, work-related events where success is measured by comparison rather than collaboration, or reunions with friends who, though smiling, carry old, unresolved tensions and unspoken judgments. These are not just uncomfortable settings, they are energetic minefields, especially during a weekend when your natural presence will be more radiant, more magnetic, and more noticeable than usual. What makes this dynamic particularly sensitive for you now is that your inner glow, the quiet power that comes from living in alignment with your values, is beginning to draw attention, even if you're not seeking it. And while some will celebrate that light, others will try, consciously or not, to dim it. Taurus, you are steady, you are loyal, and you rarely demand the spotlight. But your quiet success, your emotional intelligence, your ability to stay rooted when others are spiraling these qualities can become triggers for those who are disconnected from their own self-worth. And without you realizing it, their unspoken envy can seep into your energetic space, causing you to question what you've already earned and who you're becoming. In moments like these, your natural instinct might be to prove your good intentions, to explain yourself, to maintain peace by shrinking your truth. But not this weekend. This time, your task is not to soften your edges to make others more comfortable. It is to stand calmly in your full presence and walk away from spaces that do not rise to meet your energy. If you must attend such an event, protect your inner world by staying grounded in your purpose. Keep your conversations light, share less about your dreams, and more about what already feels secure. And above all, remember that not every room deserves access to the tender parts of your journey. Your light does not owe anyone an explanation, and your peace does not need to prove its worth in spaces that mistake confidence for arrogance. This weekend, choose to be in rooms where your presence is not only seen but respected, where you are not pulled into silent battles of comparison, but welcomed as you are, without negotiation. The third type of space you must avoid this weekend, Taurus, is any environment where emotional chaos and energetic disorder dominate the atmosphere. These are places where people go not to heal but to escape from themselves, from their truth, from the discomfort of feeling. It might be a crowded bar where the air is thick with denial and overindulgence, a party where the noise drowns out intention and no one is truly present, or a home where drama repeats itself like a cycle with no end, where tension, arguments, and old wounds are always just beneath the surface, waiting to erupt. These are not neutral environments. They are magnetic in the worst way, pulling at your calm, your focus, and your clarity without you even noticing. Taurus, you are often the calm in the storm, the grounded one others turn to when things fall apart. And while that is part of your strength, it can also become a burden, especially now. This weekend, your energy is not meant to be a life raft for others who refuse to swim. It is meant to nourish your own expansion. When you step into these chaotic environments, even with good intentions, your nervous system begins to adapt to a frequency that is not yours. You may find yourself absorbing emotions that don't belong to you, trying to soothe conflicts that are not yours to fix, or simply feeling overwhelmed by a kind of noise that you can't quiet because it doesn't originate from within you. And this is how you begin to lose your center, not in dramatic collapses, but in quiet, invisible leaks. Your thoughts scatter, your boundaries blur. You leave the space feeling heavier, unsure of why your chest is tight or why you suddenly feel tired or self-doubting. It's not because you failed. It's because the environment was never designed to support your clarity in the first place. This weekend, more than ever, your inner equilibrium needs spaces that echo your steadiness, places where there is room for silence, for intention, for simple human presence without noise or distortion. If you must enter these chaotic zones, do so with awareness. Decide before you arrive how long you'll stay. Be clear with yourself about what you are not willing to take on. Don't involve yourself in emotional storytelling that leads nowhere. Don't take on the role of mediator, unless that's your actual purpose in the room. And most importantly, have an exit plan. Your peace is not a prize to be bargained for. Your energy is not a sponge for unresolved pain. This weekend, you are the guardian of your own stability, and where you go will shape what grows from it. Choose wisely. If, for any reason, you find yourself needing to step into one of these energetically heavy spaces this weekend, Taurus, let it not be by accident, but by conscious choice and sacred preparation. Before you arrive, take a moment to ground yourself. Close your eyes and visualize a warm golden light wrapping around your body like a protective veil, soft yet impenetrable. See it surrounding not just your skin, but your entire energy field, forming a subtle but firm boundary between your inner stillness and the outer noise. This light is not fantasy, it is focus. And when you hold it with intention, it becomes the barrier that keeps you from absorbing what does not belong to you. Keep your visit brief. You are not there to fix, to perform, or to prove anything. Be kind, be present, but do not linger where the energy begins to shift or the air starts to feel tight. The moment you feel your inner compass starting to sway, that's your cue to leave, not out of fear, but out of deep respect for your own balance. And once you've stepped away, give yourself the space to cleanse. This doesn't have to be elaborate. A slow walk under open sky, a quiet shower with your palms pressed to your heart, a few deep, rhythmic breaths where you release what's not yours to hold. These are simple acts, but they realign everything. You are not just a body moving through rooms, you are a vessel of energy, and what touches your field matters. This weekend is not the time to share your most cherished dreams, your recent victories, or the subtle excitement you're beginning to feel about what's next, at least not with people whose hearts are not fully open to your joy. When you share sacred things with those who carry jealousy, bitterness, or unconscious resentment, it can create energetic resistance, like planting a seed in soil that's not ready to receive it. Protect your vision. Let it grow in silence until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Instead, seek out spaces that nourish the light in you. Walk where the earth feels calm beneath your feet. Be with people who listen with presence and speak with intention. Surround yourself with environments that reflect back your values, places where creativity flows, where laughter doesn't come at someone else's expense, where there is room to breathe and be. These are not luxuries. They are necessities for someone like you, Taurus, someone who creates beauty from consistency and power from peace. Let this weekend be a reminder. You get to choose where your energy goes. And in that choice lies the shape of everything that comes next. Taurus, the truth is simple. You were never meant to blend in. You were not sent here to move quietly through the background of other people's stories, nor to dull your essence so that others feel more comfortable in their own hesitation. You were born to embody a quiet, unwavering kind of radiance, a light that does not scream for attention, but commands respect simply by existing. But that light, as natural as it may be, still needs your guidance. It needs you to live deliberately, to move through the world with a sense of inner alignment and intentional presence. You cannot let your days be dictated by obligation, habit, or fear of disappointing others. Not now. Not when the stakes are your peace, your clarity, and your path forward. Living with intention doesn't mean cutting yourself off from the world. It means becoming selective, not out of judgment, but out of deep reverence for your own energy. It means recognizing that not every space deserves your presence, not every conversation merits your truth, and not every relationship is worthy of your loyalty. Your time, your emotional bandwidth, your inner stillness, these are not endless resources to be scattered carelessly. They are the foundation of your entire life, and you must protect them accordingly. This weekend, more than ever, you're being called to ask yourself, where is my light welcomed? Where does it feel honored, not used, not envied, not tolerated, but genuinely celebrated? And where does it feel dimmed, twisted, or ignored? The answers are not always comfortable, but they are clear. And once you start listening to them, you begin to shape a life that reflects your worth, not a life of reaction, but a life of conscious creation. Taurus, your energy was not meant to survive just anywhere. It was meant to thrive in places that match your frequency. And the moment you begin honoring that truth, everything around you begins to shift, opportunities open, the right people appear, and life begins to feel less like something you're managing and more like something you're building with purpose. You are the steward of your own light. And when you choose carefully where to place it, you not only protect your peace, you elevate everything and everyone you touch. I'm Luna Ray, and if you're still wondering whether these 3 warnings truly apply to you, let me speak from the heart. This message isn't here to scare you. It's here to help you remember something your inner wisdom has always known. Your light is not meant to be scattered carelessly, but protected, nurtured, and offered only where it's truly received. Taurus, I know you carry a loyal heart and a steady soul. You try to do the right thing not for recognition, but because you feel a deep sense of responsibility to those around you. You want to keep things peaceful, grounded, safe. But this weekend, I'm asking you to place your hand over your own heart and ask, who is offering you that same peace in return? Who is holding space for you? Because the truth is, if you keep placing yourself in environments that don't respect your energy, you risk slowly disconnecting from the very peace you've worked so hard to build. I'm not asking you to change your whole life in a day. I'm simply asking you to make 3 conscious decisions this weekend. Avoid one space that consistently leaves you feeling drained. Keep one piece of good news to yourself, tucked gently in your heart like a sacred seed not yet ready for the world. And, most importantly, choose one place, just one, where you can hear your own voice clearly, without the noise and interference of other people's projections. When you do this, Taurus, you're not just protecting your energy, you're sending a message out into the universe. I am ready to live with discernment. I am ready to choose myself. And when you do that, something beautiful happens. The right people begin to appear, the right opportunities begin to flow in, and life begins to feel less like something you have to manage and more like something you are finally allowed to grow into, fully and freely. I believe in you. I believe that after watching this message, you will begin to see your choices differently, not with fear or guilt, but with strength and clarity. You'll begin to move through the world not out of obligation, but with intention. And that, Taurus, is how you protect your light without apology. You don't need to save the world. You only need to choose the right places to shine. And that, my dear, is more than enough.